Dan Skelton Racing was formed 9 years ago. You've 4 Cheltenham Festival winners on the board already. Generally speaking, how is the mood in the camp heading to March 2022?
Really positive. I think we all recognise that we've got a pretty strong team. There's a lot of depth to that team as well. We've got players in the 3 big chases, which is pretty good. And I'm happy with the health and fitness and the general form of the whole team. You know, it's good. You like to have a few winners in the build-up to it. You don't want to go on a cold spell just before then. That would certainly send shivers down your spine. But everyone's positive. They're really looking forward to it. And we're not sending horses there necessarily that are social runners. That, you know, we've got a not necessarily huge team. I think there's maybe 12 or so runners. But the ones that are going, you could make a case each way for probably all of them.
Touching on a couple of those star horses, one of which is Nube Negra in what looks like one of the hottest races for the Queen Mother Champion Chase we've seen for a few years now. He ran a big race, went close last year. Is there more on the plate this time around?
I think there's more on his plate, yeah. I mean, you've got Shishkin and Energumene, and if you listen to Willie, Chac and Poursoir is better than Energumene. So, yeah, it's going to be hard. But our horse is very good around the track. He's very good fresh. Any dry weather, you know, in the last week building up to it will be greatly appreciated. But we know the size of task that we have. We're not sort of looking at that going, oh well, yeah, we'll finish second last year, we'll go on better this year as a formality. We're not doing that at all. We know how hard it's going to be.
I sort of sense that you're relishing being something of an underdog in that particular fight. Is there a case to be made for him being arguably one of the quickest horses in the race?
I said that, yes, last year with some certainty. I said that he will be the quickest from turning into the line, and he was. He failed by a neck, you know, but he was the quickest from turning into the line. Can I say that this year with those other ones being in it? I can. But I'm not as certain about that comment as I was last year. He is very fast though, and I'm really looking forward to running him. We're in the position we're in, and that's the facts. You know, I'd love him to be even money favourite. I'd love that pressure. You win more when you're even money than you do when you're 8 or 10 to 1, whatever. But it doesn't change where we are. I'm very happy with our horse. He's been there and he's danced some of those big dances. He's won some of them. This one's going to be the hardest one, though.
You run Shan Blue on the Thursday in the Ryanair Chase. Now, that in itself, is that a bit of a statement of intent? Because he, with his rating, could obviously have run in one of the handicaps.
Well, yeah, but we decided a long time ago that if we were going to get him ready for the spring, which was the plan, that we would be going down the Grade 1 route, because what he was going to do at Wetherby suggested that he was a Grade 1 horse, and although he'd won one over fences as a novice, I think he'd improved on what we were going to see at Wetherby. Maybe him not running for that length of time is a positive in a weird way. He's fresh, he's well, he's happy, he goes well fresh. I don't see the track being an issue. Rode him all wrong last year in the novice. Got Envoy Allen in our head and thought, you know, we had to do something extraordinary to beat him. We should have just rode our own race, but that's in the past, and we can only worry about the future. And I'm really happy with how he looks. I'm really happy with his preparation. I haven't got any negatives about the horse at all.
He's quite an enthusiastic horse in general, isn't he? And is there any point or any way you can go about trying to harness a little bit of that early energy in a race like the Ryanair Chase?
Not going to need to. The speed they're going to go, Allaho up front, speed they're going to go. You can be as fresh as you want. You're not going to be keen.
Now, Friday could be fun. You run Dr. Parnassus in the JCB Triumph Hurdle. He's a horse that you got off the flat. What did you see in him in terms of his characteristics and that flat form that appealed to you?
He was second to Indefatigable on the flat, and I thought, well, that's good form. He's a half-brother to Metier. I thought, I like that. And he's built like a hardy juvenile. He's not one of those slight, slender, sort of intimidated juveniles. He was a big, strong horse. He's done nothing wrong in his 2 starts. I thought he was very impressive, actually, at Taunton when he took off after the last. Not afraid of the trip, not afraid of the track, not afraid of the hurdles. But we've got some pretty good horses to take on. I think it's, in terms of depth, I think this is about as good a triumph as there's been.
Now, the Skelton name and winning gold is a fairly familiar notion, given your father's exploits at Rio and London Olympics. Going into a race like the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup, just how proud are you to have a legitimate contender for Team Skelton in the Gold Cup?
Oh, massively. You know, to be the shortest priced English runner is brilliant. You know, and we've got to try and fly the flag. There's not going to be perhaps many of us flying it this year, so in that race, so we've got to go and give it a go. And I've always had it in my mind that we were going to go straight there after Aintree. I wanted to make sure he was fresh and well, and I've taken him away for a gallop to Warwick, and he looks fantastic. I haven't got any negatives going there. The sort of the public negatives on will he get the trip and is he that good at that level, like those are going to be answered on the day. I can't answer them for you. But the Gold Cup field is very open. Every time those horses race against each other, there's a different winner. You know, so I actually think that's more for the good of the race rather than just making it easier to find the winner. Because if they can all win Grade 1s, they're all good horses. Who's best on the day? That's what it'll come down to.
Would he have a ground preference, Protektorat? Because we know he's proven in soft.
I think good to soft is fine, which is probably what it will be on looking at it on normal years. But if it happened to rain Thursday night, I wouldn't be disappointed.
And now, finally, the County Hurdle's obviously a race that you know exceptionally well. There's a glint in your eye speaking about West Cork at the Yard this morning. That was a big moment, wasn't it, for you and the team when he won the Greatwood at Cheltenham earlier in the season?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel that he should be better on the track on the Friday. To win 2 big handicaps in a year, though, is hard, really hard to do. But I do feel that this is a graded horse. You go over fences next year, and I think you'll see that hopefully that he is a graded horse. But he got a bad overreach at Ascot, and he was about to bounce at the time. He just started to fade. Funnily enough, like that happening may be a blessing in disguise, because I haven't been able to race him and ruin his mark, and I haven't been able to race him and get him tired for a season. Like, he goes in there a fit, fresh, very healthy horse. So we'd have to look at the positives to that.